Good morning, students. I am your science teacher. Already we have been discussing chemical equation for the last 1 week. In this class, once again, let me repeat the same, because it is a very important lesson which you must learn very carefully. Wherever you go, you come across all these things. So, a chemical equation, the shorthand representation of a chemical reaction by using symbols and a formulae is called a chemical equation. Symbolic representation of a chemical reaction is also called chemical equation. Let me say all these things once again. A chemical equation, for example, hydrogen combines with chlorine to form hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen is H2 is formula of hydrogen, Cl2 is formula of chlorine, HCl is formula of hydrogen chloride. So H2 plus Cl2 gives rise to HCl. Here hydrogen and chlorine are reactants. HCl is product. Product also is called a resultant. Here an arrow mark is used to separate reactants and products. Reactants are written on left hand side of the equation and products are written on right hand side of the arrow mark. On either side of this arrow mark, on left hand side reactants are written, on right hand side products are written. On seeing this equation, we understand what are the substances, reactants that are participating in the reaction and the products that are formed after the reaction. On seeing this equation, we know that hydrogen and chlorine are reactants that are participating in the reaction and hydrogen chloride is a product formed after the reaction. How much quantity of hydrogen and chlorine are taking part in the reaction? How much quantity of hydrogen chloride is formed after the reaction? This can also be known. Next, the formula of a chemical substance cannot be altered. Formula of a chemical compound or chemical substance cannot be changed. It is constant, that cannot be changed. Already I told you, for example, hydrogen chloride. It is formula of hydrogen chloride. You cannot change this. Formula of hydrogen is H2. You cannot change this. Instead of writing H2, if you write H3, it is not correct. For example, carbon dioxide is there. Formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. You must write CO2, that's all. This cannot be changed. This cannot be altered. You cannot write C2O. This is wrong. This is wrong. Next. Here we follow one rule. One law is followed. That is law of conservation of matter. According to this, matter is neither created nor destroyed. the number of atoms of reactants must be equal to number of atoms of products or resultants. Keeping this in mind, we can give reason why I have written 2 here. See, H2 plus Cl2 gives rise to HCl. Actually, we have to write H2 plus Cl2 gives rise HCl. That's all. H2 is formula of hydrogen, Cl2 is formula of chlorine, HCl is formula of hydrogen chloride. But instead of this, in the above equation, I have written 2HCl. Why I have written 2HCl? In the last class I told you, I will tell you later. So, let me explain. Just now I have told one equation, one law of conservation of matter. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. Number of atoms of reactants must be equal to number of atoms of products. Therefore, see here, according to that, 2 atoms of hydrogen are here on left hand side. How many atoms of hydrogen are here? 2. This side, only one hydrogen atom is there. Only one H. Here are 2 hydrogens, 2 H's. Here 2 chlorines. Here only 1 chlorine. But this equation does not obey law of conservation of mass or matter. It should be obeyed. Therefore, to obey law of conservation of mass, you multiply this one by 2. Now you see, how many atoms of hydrogen are here? 2 hydrogens. This side, 2 hydrogens. Here, 2 chlorines. Here, 2 chlorine, 2H, 2Cl, 2Cl. So, according to law of conservation of matter, number of atoms of reactants must be equal to number of atoms of products. Therefore, we have, according to this, I have written 2 before HCl, hydrogen chloride. In the last class I told you, I will tell you later, H2 plus Cl2 gives rise to HCl. So the reason is, here, this equation obeys law of conservation of matter, which states that matter is neither created nor destroyed. It means that number of atoms of reactants must be equal to number of atoms of products. Okay. Therefore, 2H on left hand side, 2 hydrogen on right hand side, 2 chlorines on left hand side, 2 chlorines on right hand side. It is possible only when you put 2 before HCl, that is hydrogen chloride. That is the reason why I have put 2 before HCl. And this method of equalizing atoms on both sides of an equation is called balancing of an equation. Listen once again. Here what we are doing,